Hello everyone, and welcome back to ToadNet's Game Academy. Today we're on episode 3 of our runner game. This one we're going to be making another overlap zone or trigger box to slow down our character. So a quicksand type area or whatever works thematically for you in your game to slow down our character. We are still listening to Royalty Free Kings today on SoundCloud, so as you can see up here, and as the songs change, it'll show their title there, so you can keep track of what we're listening to and go check them out if you are so inclined. A little precursor to the video again, this is the last of the first 3 parts of the series. So again, if we get 50 viewers on the first 3 parts of this series, I will go ahead and make the stretch video or the extra video at the end of this game series and let you know how to add a little bit more flair to your player movement. Okay, with that out of the way, let's get down to it. So we're going to go back to our zones folder. We're going to right click and add another blueprint class. This is going to be yet again an actor. We are going to name this one zone and underscore slow. Now open it up. Hello everyone, and welcome back to ToadNet's Game Academy. Today we're on episode 3 of our runner game. This one we're going to be making another overlap zone or trigger box to slow down our character. So a quicksand type area or whatever works thematically for you in your game to slow down our character. We are still listening to Royalty Free Kings today on SoundCloud, so as you can see up here, and as the songs change, it'll show their title there, so you can keep track of what we're listening to and go check them out if you are so inclined. A little precursor to the video again, this is the last of the first 3 parts of the series. So again, if we get 50 viewers on the first 3 parts of this series, I will go ahead and make the stretch video or the extra video at the end of this game series and let you know how to add a little bit more flair to your player movement. Okay, with that out of the way, let's get down to it. So we're going to go back to our zones folder. We're going to right click and add another blueprint class. This is going to be yet again an actor. We are going to name this one zone and underscore slow. Now open it up, and we are going to add a box component. Box collision. There we go, and I am completely okay leaving it named box. If you want to name it something more original, have at her. Compile and save, and go over to the event graph. Delete all that good stuff, select our box, and again, we're going to work with the onComponent begin overlap. So when something overlaps our box, we are going to get our actor and cast to, so cast to pawn underscore character. So this is our player character again. Okay. And with that bit done, that's all we need here for now. The rest is going to be set up in our player character so that we can trigger it. So we are going to go over to our player, on character, and let's set up some fun stuff. So we're going to make a few new variables. So we are going to do how do we want to do this? We will make a new variable. We will call this slow speed. And make that a float. We are going to make another one normal speed. And we are going to make another one, so duplicate that. We are going to call this one effect speed. Okay, so this is going to change our speed. And what we're then going to do is go another variable and call this current speed. Okay, so we got our 4. Slow, normal, fast. And what are we currently at? We're going to compile, save, and minimize that for now. Now back in our blueprints, we've been working with actors and we've been working with modes. We're going to right click on blueprints, add yet another folder, and we're going to call this one libraries. Okay, or at least this is what I like to call it. I used to call it shared assets and whatnot, but now I call it libraries. And then in libraries, we want to make a new folder, enum. And open that up. Now we're going to right click, and instead of going up to blueprint class here, we're going to come down here to blueprints and choose enumeration. We're going to call this enum underscore speed. We might actually get a 2-for-1 today. We might do a fast and a slow zone. Enum speed, and we're going to open that up. So this looks a little different than what we've been currently using. So what we're used to is this. We've got a viewport where we can see what we're messing with. We've got the event graph where we can make stuff work. But there's none of that here in enumerations. Enumerations are a nice little thing where basically we can select a number. So let's say, okay, number 1 does this, number 2 does this, number 3 does this. But instead of having to remember, oh, number 2, what was that again? Number 2 was normal speed, right? Oh wait, no, it's fast speed. Instead of having to remember what numbers correlate to, we get to name them. And then we can select their name, and it will work the same as having a name set to a number. So a really performance cheap way of keeping everything human readable and making it easy for us to select. So we're going to do 3 of those. Actually, no, we're just going to do 2. And we're going to call it fast. We're going to call it slow. And we're going to save. Okay, so now that we've got that set up, we can close it. And I still have my pawn character up because I'd minimized it, but if you closed it off, we can always go back to actors, players, and pawn character. Open her up. And then go back to our effect speed custom event. We're going to click here and we're going to add a new input. And we're going to call this speed. Wow. SWPPED. Swiped. We're going to modify our swiped today. No, we want to modify speed. And then in this search bar, we're going to search enum. Ooh. And then right there is our enum speed. Perfect. We are going to add another event. And we're going to call this one time. And we are going to make that a float. And what our effect speed event here is going to do is when we tell our character effect speed, we're going to be telling it effect fast, or make this go fast, or make it go slow. That's what our enum does. And then we're going to tell it to hold this for so much time. So we're going to, from here, set current speed. And we can select it here. Actually, a little bit faster way of doing that is we grab current speed and drop it off and hit set. And now this is really cool. We're going to pull off here and we're going to type in select. Right here, not select float, select. And then our speed goes in the index. And now we've got fast and slow. See how we can read those right away? We're going to bring our fast speed in. Oh, not set. We want to fast speed get, slow speed get. Plug those on in. Straighten everything off to make it look nice and pretty. I really hope this music isn't bumming anyone out. Okay, so now, depending on what speed we put into this, it's going to select fast or slow and set that to our current speed. Then, we are going to do a timer. Sorry, not timer, a delay. And we've got two delays here, delay and retriggerable delay. In this instance, we want to do retriggerable, and here's the difference. If we told it to do a delay, and we hit our sand trap, let's say our slow speed zone is going to be a sand trap. So if we hit our sand trap, it's going to say, go slow for half a second, or 1 second, or 2 seconds, however long our sand trap affects. And then this delay is going to tick through and count down to that 1 second. If we hit another sand trap, it's not going to start that 1 second over again like we need it to. It's going to continue counting it from the first second. So that's why we need the retriggerable delay. So when this one gets a refresh, a new update, it's going to do the most current. So if we tell it, okay, we've hit another sand trap, wait another second, it's going to start from right now, waiting another second. Even if it was only half a second away from its first trigger or first completion. So we want that retriggerable delay. Straighten that off. Pull our time out here. And to keep everything nice, we're going to, on the line for time, double click. And that adds a reroute node. We're going to double click again. Move that over there. See how nice and easy that is to read? If we keep everything clean like that, it's really easy to come back to your blueprints later and see what you've done. Now with the retriggerable delay, we're going to take current speed. You're going to copy and paste it. So set current speed, we could also have pulled off and hit set. Straighten off to that. And then we're going to set that to normal. Sorry, we are going to get normal and put it into our set for current speed. There we go. Now I'm working too fast in my head, so I'm making mistakes. And we are going to compile and save. Another new thing for you all, or for those of you joining us or making something in Unreal Engine for the first time, is if we select everything and hit C, we can leave a comment. And this one here is a when triggered, select wanted speed and set for desired time. Okay, so when we trigger this, we're going to select what speed we want to go and for how long we want to maintain it before reverting to normal. And then we can just drag the borders of that. And now it's nice and easy to see where that is in the code. We'll compile. And now our scale value, we want to replace with current speed. So now we're going to move at 0.5, 1, or 1.5. Again, I'm not sure if the 1.5 is going to work, so this is going to be exciting. Let's close that. And we're going to go back to our zones. And instead of zone slow, we are going to rename this to zone speed. Wow, I do not need a capital P in there. Let's rename it again. Zone speed. And when our actor begins overlapping, we check if it's a character. And if it's the character, we are going to tell it to effect speed. Okay. the speed is going to be, and we're going to right-click the little dot here, promote to variable, and we're going to call that... My spelling is not my top thing tonight, apparently. And same thing for time. We're going to right-click, promote to variable, and call that time. And then with both of these, see these little gray icons here? If we click them, opens up an eyeball. Look at that. So now we can modify them easily elsewhere. Okay, so we've got the speed we want to go and the time we want to go for. Compile and save. So now, if we take our speed zone, and let's say we put it right here. And we're gonna, oh, I am zeroed out on the Y. Look at how good I am. Perfect. And we are going to then hit R to scale it, because I want to make sure we hit it. Okay, so we're definitely going to hit that. Now, in here, if we scroll down, right there, under defaults, we have speed and we have time. Look at that. Magical how that works, eh? So if we hit slow, and we want that to happen for 2 seconds. I'm going to save, and we're going to play. Oh. Well, that's disappointing. Do you know what happened, folks? As I use my announcer voice for no reason. If we go back into our player character, current speed is set to 0. So this is one of those things that can happen quite often in a project. Something that just doesn't quite tick in your mind when you're setting everything up. That these variables do need some default values. So our slow speed, it's good at 0.5. Our normal speed is good at 1. Our fast speed is good at 1.5. Okay. Our current speed is set to 0 though, and that is what our character is going to travel at. There are a couple ways we can take care of this. So we can give our current speed a default value of 1, which is all fine and dandy. But what happens if we change our normal speed later? We want our current speed to start at our normal speed, or at least that would be the regular way of things. So if I change normal speed to 1.2, I now have to go and change current speed as well. Or we can come up here a bit and right-click to open our little search box, and in there, type in event begin play. Right there, event begin play. We're going to get current speed. Well, we're going to pull off current speed. We're going to hit set current speed. The current speed will be set to normal. Sorry, I keep saying I want to set current speed to something, so yeah. Anywho, set that to normal. And there we go. So we're going to drag over this, we're going to hit C, and we are going to set current speed to normal. We can then pull this back, and we can call, say here, C, so move player. Grab this C, jump, and I'm just hitting the C button on my keyboard. And sorry, with that blip, I have to check what is going on the phone. Nothing exciting. Hurrah! Thank you for notifying me of absolutely nothing. Okay. So now, even if I set this to -1, which would move us backwards, when the game starts, it's going to reset it to the normal speed. Let's try that. See, look, we're set at the normal speed now. And there's we're slow. And then we should be fast again. Was that fast again? Yeah, that's fast. Slow. Fast. Okay, there we go. There's our slow zone. Let's see if that fast zone works. So to make it really apparent, we're going to set it to 5 times the normal speed. And then we're going to come out here, grab our zone. Have to click it around a couple times because zones can be a pain to grab. Or, you know, you can always grab it in this browser because that makes things easier. And I always forget to do that. So, people, do what I say, not what I do. And look through your level browser here to grab stuff. And we're going to set our speed in the defaults here to fast. If you are not seeing this bit here, remember that in our zone, on our variables that we set up, you have to open the eyeball for those to show up. Okay, so we want fast for 2 seconds. Okay. Again, I don't know if this is going to work, so this is going to be exciting. So we jump. No. No, it doesn't work. Because we are going supposedly past our max speed. So what we can do here is set our fast speed to 1, our normal speed to 0.5. So fast will be double normal. Nah, 0.6. There we go. And our slow speed to 0.25. Okay. So slow is a little less than half of normal speed, and normal speed is just a little more than half of fast. And then, in our character movement, we're going to grab this right here, and we're going to set our walk speed to, what did we have it at before? 800, where it felt a little fast? And then 0.6 would be about 350. Now we want faster than that. So we want something like 900. So now we go faster when we hit it, and then we go back to regular speed. And we can really screw with our players by setting up what speed they're traveling at that way. Okay. So, that's it for the speed zones. I know this tutorial was a little bit longer than the last couple. That's because we just got to play with so much more. So, let's do our quick recap. So what we've done today is we've set up a speed zone. So our speed zone, if we go over to our zones, when it's overlapped by a character, it tells the character to change its speed. And then we tell it to whether go fast or slow. Okay, so we're just telling it fast or slow. And for how long it should go fast or slow before going back to normal speed. Then, on our player, when it is told change its speed or affect the new speed, it says, hey, am I supposed to go fast? Choose this fast speed. Am I supposed to go slow? Choose this slow speed. And set that to my current, which is what our character is moving off of. When the delay is finished, or when this period of time is over, it's finished waiting for that to be over, it then sets the current speed back down to normal. Or back up to normal, depending on what it's coming from. But that's neither here nor there. We also set up when the game starts, our current speed should always be set to our normal speed. And that saves us from having to change its value independently. So that's it for today. We got to do a bit more blueprint communications. We have multiple things talking to each other. We are now passing values to different objects, so that's fun. And we've learned to comment our code, so we know what each bit does, so we can quickly look at it from a glance. So, thank you again for watching. I'll say it once more, if this video and its previous 2 companions get 50 views or more, I will be making the stretch, the kind of more complicated movement portion to this tutorial series at the end of everything. If we don't reach that viewership, I'm not going to put in the time to do that. So thank you again for watching. Again, if you've liked the video, please like, please subscribe. It lets me know to keep on going here. And yeah, definitely hit the notification icon, that little bell down at the bottom, just so that when the next video comes up, you will not miss it. Thanks again for watching. We'll see y'all later, and I hope you're having a great night. Bye for now.